Hello, White Knight. How did physical therapy go? Ryan's a little bit in spaz mode right now. Yeah? Am I talking shit about you? Maybe a little bit. It went. Yeah. That makes sense. I admit I am not as good with following through with what the physical therapist told me to do as I should be. I do a lot of the stuff he tells me to, but not like the cooldown stretches that he told me to do, so I'm a terrible person for what to do with physical therapy. Though he also canceled all of my future appointments. Or didn't cancel, I don't know what happened. Like, all of a sudden, I had a scheduled appointment and then it just, like, stopped. But, oh well. He had pretty much told me everything I needed to know anyways, but we were supposed to talk about, my neck and we never got to. Yard work? Is that what you did for Mother's Day? You did yard work? That is also what I did, but I'm not a mother. You are. You have an excuse to not do anything that day. Was supposed to be? Did it not happen? Also, do you have the same... We had weird weather yesterday where it was like... thunderstorms, but not... Like, it would be sunny for a hot second and then it would be really windy. Oh, you got lucky. Okay, but you've cleared the so-called hurdles to weeding, so that means it should be done soon, right? Yeah, you don't get as bullshit of weather as we do, being right next to the coast. Well, we're not even that. How far are we from the coast? I want to say we're like 10 miles. Maybe tonight. Oh, you got steak dinner. Okay, so you got something. So Like my mom, I called her, but then she didn't answer because I think she was working. And then when she called me back, she was getting ice cream, and it was a very awkward conversation because I just kept hearing her licking. Oh, that's nice. Are you just doing the ash spreading in like little bursts? Kind of like having her along with you on the trip, so to speak. Oh, yeah. So well, we didn't get Xena cremated. We buried her out back, but I tried putting on her grave all of her favorite, well, she didn't really care about flowers. She's a dog, but, like hikes, flowers, wildflowers from her favorite hikes. So I tried to put that all on her grave. I did that wrong. Sorry. I'm still deciding how I'm doing this wing, so there's a lot of back and forth a little bit. Oh, you hadn't actually been there since? Oh, okay. It's like, I love taking Xena up to Deception Pass, but honestly, I don't think she cared for that hike that much. She tolerated it because I liked it. She liked doing, going up by Cleellum and doing, like, Iron Mountain. Appreciates Ryocam. Yay. The Ryocam is tweaked a little bit for some reason. It's really zoomed in, so I had to go and figure out how that happened. You preempted Twitch from... Oh. It took me a second to put two together. My brain is fried. I don't know why. Well, actually I do. I'm a little bit sleep deprived. And still ongoing dental nonsense. But, I didn't actually... I didn't get to stream games Friday, because I had to run a bunch of errands that day. For some collectors that are moving to, Denmark. And they were starting Monday. So I had to do some very last second stuff for them. I was like, I'll catch up on game streaming over the weekend, and I'm just like, I'm going to sleep. I'm having way too much fun with the texture on these wings. I need to stop. I need to move on to other parts. But I'm like, ooh, veins. This is like loosely based off of, let's see if I can find the reference for it. So I can show you more of my weird reference. Oh, nope, that's Fox. That was... I did a quick, Fox painting, or I had these new inks that I got in, that I did a Fox painting for the collectors, and it did not dry in time. Okay. But I didn't get a chance to scan it in before they took it. So this is loosely what it's based off of. And I'm not totally sure what this is. It's from that guy that does deep sea fishing, and he just shares his stuff. So that's what that's based from. I mean, it's some kind of mollusk or polyp. It has a foot. I'm not sure what it is. All I know is I saw it and I was like, that's a plumbus. And now it's being used for dragon wing reference. Yeah, I wish I'd gotten... I did take phone photos of the box painting I did. So I can at least share those on my Patreon, but it was not dry in time to scan it in. And they were doing like the first of many trips to Amsterdam. So they were like setting the painting aside for until like June when they come back again. So hopefully it will dry in that time. But yeah, this, it was the collectors that bought the, that Gengar that I made on stream. They bought that, and then I had tried putting it in this hard plastic sleeve, and the sleeve was not a good idea. It, like, got stuck in there and peeled up a couple little spots of, the paint, so I had to fix that. This is too bright here. Where is... Did I not do that yet? I need my overlayer. Need to check my values. Yeah, it's too bright there. I was going to finish this after Monsterpalooza and all that, but, I've had some stuff crop up that I want to update my website for. So technically this is for my monster manual I've been slowly working on, but he works well for a like presentation piece in a portfolio, so that's why I'm finishing them up. Rise abandoned me, so I'm gonna turn the cam off for now. I may tweak my streaming schedule a little bit, mostly because it's finally getting to be nicer weather, and I tend to stream right when it's like the best weather of the day. Mondays I'll probably still have to keep early because I got my other stream with the Worst Gamers. We're finally playing Rebo tonight! But I might move more towards evenings for the other ones. I'm probably also going to try and add a couple days though, or a day or two. Just trying to debate what to do, as always. Okay. So part of this is me. I'm keeping the wings separate so that I can show the body underneath. It's part of the having it broken down for, you know, games or animation or film. Playing around with a gigantic foot? At some point, yes. I don't think I need that anymore, though. Hi, X-Tones! Salutations to you. How very formal. I don't know, it's now making me think of the Straw Hat riots. Which I'd always heard of, but I didn't know completely what it was about. And it was just like, you know how there was that teen thing last summer? Of teens like ransacking Sephora and shoplifting? But like the Straw Hat riots were essentially that, but in the 1920s. Bored teenagers. Oh, BoJack. I guess I don't I know I watched all of BoJack, but for some reason I don't remember him saying that. It's probably not actually formal. It's just my brain is stuck in the. I just learned a weird fact about the Straw Hat riots and wanting to think about connecting the dots. But anyways, how are you, X-Stones? I don't know why every time I try thinking about BoJack, my brain instead goes to Tuca and Birdie. Like similar shows, very adult themed. Tuca and Birdie didn't really get a fair shake, I feel. The Slash and Puff? Yeah, so I have an idea for it that I will... I don't know if I'm going to talk about it necessarily here, but it might be something I'll save for the Monster Manual. But there is a reason behind the poofy slashes. I may have made that a little too intense. That's not too bad. Alright, though I am going to double check. Really stressed for 2 weeks, but Saturday I had a big event and you received almost only positive reviews. That's awesome! Good for you! Hopefully it does help. Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking if I'm at a point where I want to duplicate the file before I start deleting a bunch, which is, yes, what I'm doing. I agree with you, White Knight. I enjoy the slit poofy... there was a movie that was really good. Was it like Shakespeare in Love or something like that? One of them had really good poofy clothes. doing some file cleanup because I have like those are just previous iterations of the wings, and I know I'm liking this wing, so that's why I duplicated it so I don't have to worry about losing the file or the. I should name things. As you can tell, I don't name things by looking at my layer 1, layer 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 38. I live for chaos. Not like intentional. I just have like I'm a very visual organized person. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so I'm going through, these are all like iterations that I saved. Gonna make sure there's none of them that I'm like, there might be something there. Nope. Okay, so that's just an older one of this. So this one's not, the tiny foot isn't terrible. It's not me trying to name him the same way. I duplicate the layer, and this is what Procreate does. It just literally, there is no copy. There's just layer 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Tiny Pete's. Do I like Tiny Pete's? I mean, this version, the version I've been working up more is more in line with, like, kind of what I'm aiming the Monster Manual to be, where it can be a companion to D&D or Pathfinder or any kind of tabletop RPG. So in that sense, I did want them to be comparable-ish to the new dragons that Alexander designed. So he does very lizard bodies. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of why I stuck to these feet. But part of me still likes this little tiny foot. But that doesn't make as much sense for the terrain. The lizard feet makes more sense for the terrain I'm talking about putting them in. Because this guy's not necessarily a big, like, out in the open world flyer. This is like a cave gecko glider dude. A lot of testing just to see which ones largely the same. Okay. See which one works with the values better. Oh yeah, no, like, so the Monster Manual, originally I wanted to get it out this year. I don't know if that's going to happen just because of publishing costs. There is going to be, some of them are going to be sculpted. Like, I've already got several of them sculpted. But that's something where I would like to hire people potentially to help sculpt some of them. And like I know several sculptors, so I'm like kind of thinking it'd be kind of neat to do that for the Kickstarter, where I could be like, and here's a new sculptor I get to bring in. It's like a stretch goal. But we'll see. Because if stuff keeps happening the way it's going, I may just end up sculpting them all myself in my free time. Not all of them, though. I have literally hundreds of things planned for this book. I like this. I'm trying to think of how this would overlap here. And as much as I like having this, I think it's gonna have to chuck over a bit more. But yes, I would like to sculpt or get a bunch of these. Either I sculpt them or I have somebody else sculpt them. This one would be fun. Luckily he's not... I mean, at this point, I've got this guy, and I've done... like, vastly more complicated things. Like, I've got the stag is definitely one of the creatures from the book. So he's one of the, like, encounter gods in the book. He still needs his body, though, but honestly, the head and the antlers were the hard part. But yeah, I made that. I finished him up ahead of time as like an ornament, because that's kind of what I could justify doing, are the ones that are like, I've got this, you know, I can sell them as a print. Yeah. But this guy, I did these feathered wings where I individually sculpted each of these. Well, I mean, I made the feathers all by hand and all of this. So this one was like a bit of proof of concept as to how complicated I could do. So I should be able to sculpt this new guy fairly easily. And then there's this guy. Whoop. He's such a cute guy. I love him. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of a... I have so many people that, like, use my sketchbook for creatures for their campaigns, and I'm like... I've always... Whenever somebody mentions that, I'm like, oh, man, I have backgrounds for almost all these things. And it'd be cool to actually... That's how the Monster Manual came about. I'm like, I want to actually share the backgrounds. It's like, you want a cool monster for your campaign? Oh, I should tell you what I was thinking when I actually drew this. Because you would probably like to use that. Yeah, the pumpkin frog, he's one that I did not draw ahead of time. He's just like a random sculpt I did, so he's a 3D that's going to be added into 2D. Because, yeah, sometimes I just free sculpt and then see where I get. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping, though, that, like, Ernesto and I will be able to get our indie game out before I have to do the manual, because the manual is a ton of work. So it'd be nice to have some kind of income coming in so I can justify spending a bit more time devoted to it. And the funny thing is like, in the meanwhile, I keep hearing about, like, new stuff Wizards is coming out with. And a lot of the things people are complaining about with the new stuff that Wizards is coming out with is stuff that I kind of am addressing with my creature book or monster manual. Not like calling out or anything, but like having not just big boss enemies, but like random filler animals in the world. Like, I definitely got that. Essentially, I'm adding stuff to make it, you know, not just a regular world with some fantasy thrown in here and there, but like an actual full fantasy world. Alright, I gotta stop working on these wings. I'm all like, yes, wings. Over and over again. I guess it's because I'm not 100% satisfied with the head. And I haven't totally figured out what I want to do with it yet, so I've been avoiding it a little bit. This head has gone through many iterations. No, there's a reason why the neck is skinny. You will see. Let's just say there's two forms of them. I'm gonna finish this form because I need to decide on the head, and then I will do the second form. And then it will be chonk and chonk, and it'll make sense. God, all these weather changes are destroying my sinuses. I need the state to pick a weather. Pick a weather. Either we're gonna be sunny and warm, or we're gonna be stormy and rainy, but pick one. Stop yo-yoing between them multiple times a day. The hair curlers from... I need to watch Kung Fu Hustle again. That one's... I love that movie so much. I haven't watched it in a while. I have like a long docket of movies I need to watch. I've been saving a bunch to watch with Ernesto, and like he likes watching TV shows instead. So I'm just going to give up waiting for him to watch them with me and just binge watch. Like, I have yet to watch Barbarian or Dream Scenario or The Devil's Bath, and I want to watch all that. Don't tell me there's more thunderstorms. Well, that's by you, maybe. Hopefully we'll stay... Sorry, that sounds mean. Let it stay by you. I really like thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are, like, my favorite weather, but my head don't want it. Watch it. Yeah, see, I don't know. I guess it depends. It is a lot of a commitment. That's the other reason I haven't watched a lot of movies, because I constantly am working. So I tend to just put on like bullshit YouTube Let's Plays, because I don't really have to pay attention. Versus if I put on a movie, I have to watch the movie, and then I don't work. Holy shit! Hi, Raiders! Good lord! Carson Druitt, thank you so much for the raid! I'm being invaded. Thank you so much! That was, holy cow. No, there's just so many emotes happening. Wow, thank you! Alright, what were you just working on? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm, oh god, sorry, I've never had this many followers or viewers, so now I'm totally not nervous now. This is great. Yeah. Well, hi everyone. All the giggles. Oh, that's the nerves. That's the nerves. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you got rated too. Oh, okay. Sorry. Working on commissions today. I'm working on a random portfolio piece. That's what I'm up to. But this is well, it's technically, I've been working on a monster manual for ages, and I'm slowly working on it. This is one of my dragons for it, but I also just need to update my portfolio a little bit. Thank you. Yeah. I don't even know. It was supposed to be all mostly originally. I was like, I'm gonna have it be all black and it's gonna have a shiny neck, and then I just got real into purple. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was like, I'm planning him to be an environment like cave creature, so red light being as weak as it is, you're not gonna be able to tell he's purple anyways, right? Oh my goodness. But yes, I've so this the plan for this guy is the neck has an extended form and then a non-extended form. So this is his extended form technically, where it's like a startle feature. Thank you, White Knight. White Knight has been a Patreon backer of mine for years, and they are fantastic. And also do wonderful embroidery that they should put up there. Monster. Okay, so I played Monster Hunter World for like a week. I'm kind of terrible with actually finishing Monster Hunter games unless it's stories. So I'm trying to remember which dragon that is. But I get that a lot where it's like, oh, it's this Monster Hunter thing, and I'm like, probably? I'm not sure. I love stories. I'm very much in the camp where I don't want to necessarily kill the things. I want to raise them as a herd of like super aggressive Pokemon. So I wish it would do more like realistic style stories. But yes, if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Uh, I don't know how to entertain you. Oh, okay. This one. So this was inspired by a deep sea creature. I got the reference up yet. I will. Oh, thank you. Here, I will share my reference. That. I don't know what this is. I call it a plumbus. It's from, well, yeah, he's got his RFEDORTSOB_official. Um, it's that deep sea fisherman. He's like the guy. He got fairly famous for just showing pictures of like the weird shit he was dredging up, and it's one of those. So I don't know exactly what it is. I don't think he knew what it was. It's some kind of deep sea barnacle or something. But yes, that is my reference for this random deep sea barnacle. Plumbus. Nope. Baby deep sea giant squid. Oh, I want to see. I did see, man, deep sea creatures. It's like whenever I end up doing like a creature design like workshop or anything, and people are like, "Where do you get reference from?" I'm like, just look at the deep sea. It's messed up. Oh, bioluminescent innards. It's like I might have saved it in reference file. I was trying to think. There was a deep sea sponge that they've only seen like 5 times, but it looks like a harp that just like catches things and slowly dissolves them. It's terrifying. Oh, I think links are currently allowed, so yeah, you should be fine. And White Knight is sharing, I'm guessing, the squid. Oh. Yeah, I totally never fought this thing or saw this thing. Here, I'll put it up here. I do like the little seahorse kind of etchings on it. The head is very reminiscent of that, what is it, Cloud Rider from How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, and then the wingtips are definitely based off of, like, there's types of starfish that kind of have that grabby thing at the end. I like Monster Hunter designs because I can always kind of tell what critters they were looking at. Oh yeah, I've got a reference saved to this. There's not nearly enough deep sea reference art books kind of things. I need more. I don't know about. I would share that on the stream, but I don't. I don't know about video, Twitch video, other videos. Alright, I will give. Let me see. I'm going to smush some stuff down. Because I did edit. Alright, I have duplicated the file. I'm working in Procreate, so Procreate's nice in that I can just duplicate files whenever in the heck I want. Yes. Monster Hunter is fantastic for, like, correct. I want to. Well, correct. Both in terms of actually anatomically correct and, like, well blended things, not just, like, slapping goat horns on a monkey or something weird like that. Though they have totally done. Now that I'm thinking of the Raja or whatever his name is, the electric monkey bull. But then also they're really good at they have like very particular models that they base all their animations off of, so they just keep iterating on that base model. Apologies if I'm sometimes talking funky. I'm tongue-tied a little bit. Had a bunch of random dental work recently. My mouth is glue a little bit. Alright, I'm smushing everything down though because I'm going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to show a little bit of what his other version is. Raya's back. Hold on. Sorry, I usually have dog cam up, but whenever she abandons me, I turn it off. Okay, so we're going to duplicate that, grab this head. I'm going to show... So there's a plan for him. It's a bit like the Kezu, but for different reasons. Yes, extendo neck. So I have to finish the head, but I do need to make sure that the horns fit with what is essentially the... This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this as a portfolio piece, is because it's a good one for callouts. So when I have the regular version, there's... Let me see. The scales here. Colors. These are like more feather-like, and then they slide into the neck with the tension. So they like fold in, slide in a little bit, and then when he's extending his neck, or when he's not extending his neck, they stick out, and then they kind of form a ruffle and hide the neck. Yeah. So the whole point is, like, the neck is like that bioluminescent... I still have to do scales on it. I want to make it, like, very pearlescent scales. But it's going to be like a shock thing. So essentially he's going to be, most of the time, going around like this, where you don't see any of the lighting. Like, his wings will be folded up, so he's going to be just mostly the dark purple. And so he's going to sneak up because it's a cave-dwelling dragon. And then he'll essentially be able to... He can extend his wings if he's, you know, where he's not using it for grip. That's why they're kind of gecko-shaped, as they're also used for climbing. but he can extend like his mouth, his neck, and also his tail. So yes, so it's a little bit of thinking of how all these scales fold into this neck, and then I mean he could. So that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like how bioluminescence works. So with like deep sea anglerfish, they actually can control how shiny their lure is by their lure is like it's a oh god, what am I trying to think of the word? A cohesive cohabitation thingy. What do I want to? There's a term for it. I can't think of it right now. Anyways, they make a environment for microbacteria to live in that's bioluminescent, and then they get the bioluminescence from that. And when they want it to be darker, they just kind of starve things. So that's how you could control the level. So he's going to be able to just flash light and blind prey. I'm sorry. I have a long, complicated reasoning background for all this that I probably just lost half of you with. Apologies, new people that are here. I am a nerd. I am a gigantic biology nerd. Symbiotic, yes, thank you. I was like, there's a term, I know it, it's just not... It's gone. Yes, I like when he's all folded up, he just kind of looks like a gator. So it's like the scales that I have from the original body, I need to take down a little bit more, because they do lay flatter. Recollection. I'm one of those people that's like, I know a lot of random shit, but like, not the specific terms. I do know the term, I just, when I need to remember it, I don't remember, it's gone. It just flees. But, yeah. Hi, new people. If you ever want to ask me any biology questions, keep in mind what you are unleashing. White Knight, it makes so much sense why you hang out with me now. force myself to not draw zoomed in all the time. It's my biggest hindrance, and I keep doing it. Also, if me constantly rotating the screen is bothering anybody, please let me know. I will attempt to not do that. I was like, rabbit's eye. I was like, oh, you're talking about my comic. Yep. Yeah, that's my problem with these wings. Look how much detail I put in these wings. Why? I mean, it's not terrible because I probably will have to do a call out where I polish it up even more. Like if I'm going to take this to like full, like if I were to have this in production at a game studio or a film, if I were to do the call out sheet in that in level of finish, then I should do a close up of the wing. Which maybe since I'm doing it for my portfolio. Now we're gonna have the same problem here where I'm going to have to fight the urge to draw in every single scale, because I don't need it at this scale. I don't need individual scales at this scale. But I'll probably do a call out where I show the actual mechanics of the scales. Put this red on the wrong layer, so we have to pull that out. Like, I do want it to have, this also, I want this kind of rim lighting around the face. This is something that I would also obviously be able to control in some aspects, or in, you know, the intensity. Because I want it to be how they communicate with each other. Pretzel's giving me some weird songs today. I do like the idea that I can give him jowls. I love a good jowly creature. So at least one of his views, he gets to be all jowls. I had, when I was at Lightbox last year, doing a talk on creature design, and the head of our panel, the guy doing the panel was Luca Nimalato, and he was all, we like went out and got coffee at some point, we were all chatting, and he was complaining, he's like, I wanted to design cool dragons for D&D, and I got to design Themberchode from the movie. And I was like, that is, like, one of the greatest dragons ever. Why are you concerned? He was all sad. I'm like, no, that dragon's glorious. Don't be sad. Yeah. I really wish I have like a, they actually came out with like a Hallmark ornament of them. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this as like a kind of a D&D mini. It's a little too small for that, but it could be like a worm size thing. I'm really sad I didn't bring it for him to sign. Oh yeah. No, he's glorious. It was also funny because I've played that campaign before, the Escape the Underdark. So I've met him in game too. And when we were playing and we met him, because he wanted us to, they had a replacement egg to replace him, the Durgar did. So he was trying to convince us to kill the egg for him. But we were calling him Thunderchode. That movie, like, pleasantly surprised me. I did not have high hopes for it. And it's not like going to go down as one of the greatest movies of all time, but it's just a fun time. Sometimes that's all you need. Okay. I do need to... So I'm going to... layer these two together. I will actually I name the groups, okay? I don't name the layers, I name the groups. Yeah, well, then there was, Regé, the guy that played the paladin. And it was funny, that whole walk in a straight line thing was apparently improvised. Like, the director just told him to walk in a straight line and didn't yell cut, or he didn't hear cut, so he just walked over the rock on his own. Wait, I don't know. Alright. I keep forgetting to try to figure out ad things. I will warn you, there's an ad coming up. It should only be 30 seconds, though. Or a minute. It's not terrible. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go back to chunk mode. And then I'm going to import I'm gonna put a little baby version up here, so I have that to reference. Technically, when I put this together in my portfolio, the chunk mode's probably gonna be the one that's smaller. I'll do separate pages. I just need to be able to double check how I had this going. Because yeah, it is accordion neck right now. You know what, chalk? We all got chalk mode. It's called After the Holidays. Alright, so I'm doing this on a separate layer because I'm not totally sure how this is going to work. It's mostly just trying to figure out volumes. Volumes and then lines are like kind of trying to grid out where I'm going to be putting the scales. I might kind of do something where I'm gonna just sketch it out as a note. Where I add a bit more. Add a bit more along the top and leave the bottom open. So it's kind of like your throat patch. Because it wouldn't be a big deal if he actually left the throat glowing. Because with the way this guy's designed, he's kind of moving like a gecko. So the wings are helping him scale across the walls. The tail's helping him scale. So this, if this was still glowing, I'm just gonna do another. Like, this would be largely held up against the wall. So it could be. There's actually, and there are lizards that do this, where they just like flash patches of their throat. So I might leave these not feathered down there. Mostly because it does help separate this, the shape a bit. She's so innocent looking while she's sleeping. You can't tell that that's a dog that just destroyed one of my art sponges yesterday. Yeah, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to keep the glow in there. Which is on the bottom. And I was sketching it out before, where I was thinking I kind of want... I'm going to duplicate this, because I might change this about... So I have these forms coming off the horns here. So I was thinking like a bearded dragon, you know how they have like almost a leaf-shaped neck. That it would be, if viewed from the front, it'd be like, here's the head. And it'd be like arch, arch, dip in the middle. Chunky neck below. I'm debating if I want to do that. It'd be a little bit harder to like figure out how that would accordion, maybe? Not necessarily. Right, that was why I duplicated this, so that I could play around with it and figure it out. You're here for the experimentation phase. And for some reason my mic is picking up the birds. Still need to balance it out. Brandon did mention helping me with it, but he has been feeling sick the last week. Couple of weeks, actually. You thought that were your... I mean, it's definitely a safe type of bird, but yeah. There's a purple finch that's like... It's been having its heyday in my current bush right now. Eating both aphids and sawflies, but also the ladybugs that I put on there to kill the aphids and the sawflies. Alright. So the thing is, I'll put a little bit more highlight on this so it reads a little bit better. And then I will ask for opinions. Nope, that's too thin. Okay, just go rough, block this in. Fancy new portfolios. Ooh. I'm curious as to what an embroidery portfolio looks like. Okay. So now it is opinion time. What is the verdict? So we have ridges following the horns. It's real roughed in right now, but like, that's kind of how the light would be hitting the volumes. Or we just stick with fat neck. Ridges, fat neck. Art portfolios, like the what are they called? Ayati? Atoya? I have those ones. You like ridges? Fat neck. Ridges. Fat neck. Just like going back and forth and saying fat neck. Alright, I do need to tweak it a bit. So this is why I did stop working on this version, because I'm not totally 100% on the head yet. So I might change the head shape here so it works better with the scrunched in neck. So that's why I didn't want to sink in too much time into that. Effin' fat neck. So you're still voting for the ridges, or did you change to fat neck? You still like, okay, yeah, see, it is fun to say. Oh, that's what I forgot. Oh, oops. You just remind me, though, I totally forgot to send in my last... They needed an extra file for that Fucked Up Horses book. I totally forgot to send that in. I gotta do that. Alright, hold on. We're gonna segue real quick. Oh wait, why are you... That's not how you're supposed to be opening. You did. You're good at it though. You're better at reminding me of the stuff that I need to do than my own mother, so... I totally forgot. Alright, hold on. Some things are easier outside of Affinity. Yeah, somehow my page count is 1 short, which makes no freaking sense to me. So they needed 1 more page, so I'm going to... add a random one. Hi, down the Lolo. Yeah, no, White Knight inadvertently reminded me that I needed to hand in a page to the publisher, because apparently somehow I ended up 1 short. So we're technically working on these Fat Dragon here, but I have to do this real quick before I forget again. You know, it's probably too late for the day, but because this is going to the publisher I use is in the Midwest. But yeah, so you get to watch me clean up 1 more effed up horse. Whoop. You also missed a raid. A gigantic one. Which was awesome. Okay. Alright, I have to make sure... Affinity likes to set... the file, or the part you're erasing, it likes to set it to your adjustment level layer, and I hate that. Okay. So now I have to export that random page and email it. I should probably, it's not quite. Nah, it was better where it was. Half the time when I'm like going with my gut, it's accurate and I need to just leave it. You should not go where my resume goes. Okay. Save that. Right. Back to... Well, first I gotta email it. Fat dragons. I'm now eligible to apply for TikTok Live access. Ooh. Not going to do that. Okay. Touch file. Gimme. Apologies for my clacky keyboard. Okay. We're good. Back to this. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, so publisher. So I think I mentioned before that I'm trying to restock my Dark mythology book that I did. And they had done goofed and like put pages in backwards. And then they were like, "You are fine with this, right?" And I was like, "No." But anyways, apparently that was like only part of the problem. They were also running them off of a corrupted file, so all the images were slowly shifting to the side. So like they had... This was like the... That was like the second mistake. The first mistake was that they were trying to print the wrong batch of books. They were trying to print my last one I kickstarted and not my restock. So there was the wrong batch order at first, and then they were printed offset because there was a corrupt file, and then they put pages in backwards. And then they found all of that and were planning on sending it to me. And yeah, so now they have to reprint it because they were like, "Oh, we'll just pull out the bind. They're all glued together, but we'll somehow fix it," and they could not. And yeah. As much as I love working with, like, it's nice having a publisher that I've known since I was in high school, because I used to work there. I would like to recommend them to other people and get them set up to, like, take other art books, but they're just not... Like, the level of hassle that I have to go through just to get them to not kind of shit the bed with my stuff. I can't inflict that on other people. And it's like, this is how they treat me, someone that they know. Yeah. I'm a little disappointed. Trying to get them to have a little bit more pride in what they're making, but they're so used to doing like truck manuals and employee catalog kind of things that they just... I don't know. Well, if you want to deal with the potential nightmare that is my publisher, I can give you their... They don't have a website, unfortunately. Well, they have a website. It's absolutely awful. It looks like it hasn't been updated since, like, 98. It's like they're you know, they're decently affordable and everything for publishing in the US, and they're usually pretty fast, but yeah. It's like they when COVID hit and they lost a bunch of business, and they were asking me like what should they do to pivot, and I set up like this document of like how to essentially approach doing art books for people, or like higher end like coffee table kind of books, because they have that ability. And I don't think they ever did anything with that. And I think the problem is mostly that it's like it's mostly older people running it at this point, and they're just like, change, no. Okay, I'm not falling in love yet with this ridge neck thing. I may need to push and pull some things. I call him Ruffles. I was like, what did I... Right now I have the file name is what? I think Cave Glowworm? Glowworm Angler. Okay. I could have an individual one. Well, since this one was going to be like a species specific. Like some of the things in the monster manual are very specific one-offs that do have names. This one was going to be more of a species, but I could make a specific one and call it Ruffles. Oh no, the Ruffles make sense. Though for some reason, when you defended it or explained it with the Ruffles have ridges, it made me think of the Mounds and Almond Joy's commercial. It's like, wasn't Ruffles kind of the same thing as Almond Joy and Mounds or whatever, where it was like two variations of the same snack? Was it like Lay's and Ruffles or something like that? Okay, so yeah, where was that? It's like I'm not a big chip person to know the chip lore. Wait, what? Mounds are AFAB and almond joys are. Okay, all I'm thinking of, maybe I'm missing something. Is this a play on ACAB? It's quite possible I'm missing something because I told you my brain fried. Oh. Okay, okay, that makes sense. I did not realize that those were so close to. Yes, no, it makes total sense. I'm so sorry. My head, like I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm just. I can't think anymore. Wednesday. I'm getting. Tooth should finally be hopefully fixed Wednesday. And then I will hopefully stop having perpetual headaches that are making me zonked out all the time. Okay, something about giving him the ridges is making him real smarmy. I don't know why. He's like a smarmy chunk boy now. Oh, you're getting the crown tomorrow. We're crown buddies. Mine's Wednesday, yours is tomorrow. Yay! Mouth pain. That's quite a long ways to go between the root canal and getting the crown, too. Mine's like, at least it was just 2 weeks, because if I had to live with this like constant pain that I keep having to take ibuprofen for since January, I would rip my own tooth out with the pliers by now, I think. Which I did not know that you can put a tooth back in. Which for some reason weirds me out. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I just have really freaking terrible luck with the temp ones. Or at least this one just has not stopped hurting. Okay. I need to add a roly-poly part right here, I think. Oh, that sucks. The metal that they use in crown. Oh. Yeah, dental insurance is such a scam. I've come to that realization. Um. I was like, I wonder what type of metal they use. Mine are like ceramic. Or no, they. The heck do they use for my crowns? I think it's 3D printed ceramic, I think. I'm not sure. It's really... It's not metal, though. So yeah, I'm sure there's alternatives, but of course they're not going to cover it. Like, I had a dentist tell me at one point, they're like, don't actually get dental insurance, just make like a savings account that you put like a little bit of money in every, like the equivalent of what you pay for dental insurance. Just put it in like a high yield savings account and like you'll have better luck paying your bills with that. And my insurance ran out after the first part of getting the crown, after they inflicted all the pain, then my insurance ran out. So I have to pay for the actual crown itself out of pocket. Oh yeah, no. I think mine covers like 8 cleaning a year. And that's about it. And I have apparently, or had, um, pretty good dental. It's like I don't technically have dental insurance anymore because it was through Ernesto's work and he no longer has work. And they were supposed to extend it for 4 months, but they canceled it early. Which totally hasn't caused a bunch of issues. Alright, forewarning that another ad break is popping up soon. Alright, I'm zooming in too much. I need to block out shadow bits at like this level zoomed out. Part of me is like, do I want to do... Trying to see what kind of shape language. Right now the gills are kind of working. It's reminiscent of the tail, and I might just kind of extend what I did with the tail, or the neck into the tail. Yours covers 4 cleanings a year? Nice. Like, I'm pretty much gonna get this, pay for this crown out of pocket, and then I am done with the dentist for the foreseeable future until I figure something out. Hi, Raya. Hi. Oh, I've offended her. I mentioned her name. How dare I? Oh god. Oh, sorry. I need to stretch a little bit. Gonna turn off her cam since she left me. She left me. She left me. You can't hear that without thinking of Jurassic Park. You got $1 credit on Google Play for filling out a survey on why I Googled you when I looked up your website earlier? Oh, okay then. I didn't even know that was a thing that they did. Probably like, how can we replace this website with our own? What are they offering you that we don't have, kind of thing? Google Rewards app. Is it like through like one of the Google phones or something? I might do. Could try something. I'm still not in love with the ridges on the top, so I'm trying to find something that better fits this. Like, they make sense. I'm just trying to figure out how it should work. And right now, I'm like, my brain is telling me they're not working yet. side eye effect. You mean from like the slight tilt I have on the dragon head? Because it's like, if I were to do this for, let's say I was handing this into a vendor to 3D model, I would have to draw this completely dead on from the side, straightened out completely. It might be... It's like I wanted it to be at a slight angle so I can get an idea of how the overlapping forms are working. And where's the dark red? I think this, what I'm starting to do, breaking it up a little bit, is helping. I'm gonna finish this up, or not finish it up, but take it a little further and see where that leads. And I can do some cool things. There's just a hint of glow. Just a touch. Alright, I'm going to do another layer. Essentially, I'm just going to sketch out forms now, so I can... Part of my issue is, I think, the uniformity here. I don't have uniformity. Like, there's not much uniformity. It is slowly getting bigger and smaller on my other one, which I like. So I'm trying to leave that. So like this is one's going to be teeny. Let's do the erase. There we go. Okay, so that covers these two lines, which I'm like, I'm gonna draw, but I'm drawing this so high, I need to scooch this. Go here. So that's like that area. So yeah, I don't have a terrible amount I got little pegs in there, and then I did draw other lines in the middle back here. So at some point the middle ridge is, or there isn't a my Cobra hood kind of thing is not completely all the way to the neck. There is a ridge that heads down the middle of the spine at some point. I'm piecing together this thing. It's like working in reverse. I'm reverse engineering this dragon's chunk mode. Okay, so yeah, this works because, yeah, most of this in here is just, like, this is mostly all skin folds. I don't know if I'm going to keep the feather scales here that I have. I wasn't sure about these as it was, so I might actually keep it more, or make it more fish gill. Okay. Well, let's try tweaking this neck now with what I drew in there. Doesn't have to be super pretty yet. I'm also just kind of doing this as like a proof of concept thing. Just to get the idea out, see if it's working. So I don't want it to be, doesn't need to be pretty. Just keep hearing the bird echoed. Not that I mind that, I like the birds. I do hope they leave my ladybugs alone though. I need them. There's too many aphids. Alright, I think I can take off my guide layer. Maybe not. Not quite yet. Need a little bit of highlights in there so I know where I'm bit overdoing the highlights, but that's fine. I can knock them back. I just kind of need to know where things end. Like I might just knock these down to be little smaller shapes. Just so that there's more of a build-up. The color wheel spazzed out a little bit there. It's like the unfortunate part of me drawing a glowy dude is now I gotta worry about bounce light. I didn't learn from drawing glass carousel horses, apparently. Let's see. Yeah, they're just little ridges. I mean, I can still clarify those. I know I put that notes layer. I don't really like that look of my little notes layer. It, like, I don't know why it makes me think of like arm hair. So I think I'm gonna delete that. Not like I'm grossed out by arm hair, it's just not the vibe I want. That's not the color I sampled. The color picker in Procreate is frustrating sometimes. I love this program to death, but some things frustrate me. And the color picker is one of them. Okay, so yeah, I think if I just break up the forms a little bit, make it a little bit more gradual, this will turn out a little bit more like what I'm hoping. It's a little too bright. Anyways, that's, yeah. Most of the reason why I wasn't liking it was just the uniformity. The uniformity wasn't quite matching. Okay. Kind of reminding me of Amut. Now the more I draw this fat neck. Which could be some fun lore to put in. Maybe that can be where Ruffles comes into play. We'll have a version of this dragon that's like a god figure for some subterranean village or cult or something. And they put people out into the wilderness of the caves to be judged by Ruffles. Which is largely just assigning a death sentence to people. Okay. There is, like, I can... Because the way I'm having this planned out, there is, so there's, like, these feather-like scales. And they go into the skin. So they're like this when it's extended. So when it's like this and it's all extended. And then as the neck scrunches in, this groups up more, like absorbs it all. Or like overlays over each other. So I'm trying to think of how I can No, I don't think it absorbs it all. I think because this is gonna get... The feathers are gonna be pulled in, I think. Like they're... The feathers, I think, instead of like a traditional bird where they anchor to the... like the subfascia level, these are actually anchored to the muscle. Or the subdermal layer. So these are actually going to be anchored to the fascia. So they'll anchor to the muscles, so then when the neck pulls out, these are pulling in. So they go like this. So we'll probably actually have part of the shine will be in these scales. Like they'll have a chromatic thing to them where they can reflect the light and intensify it. And then, yes, so when it's pushed out, pushed back, then they come back out, and then they're... So we could have scales appearing that weren't there before. Just did I make it convoluted? Does it make sense? On the wrong layer. Oh, I did that on the wrong layer. Ah, shit. Oh well. I'm just gonna smush them. It's not a huge deal. I did most of the things that I wanted them separated for anyways, the drawing underneath. Need to have little intense colors where the glow's popping through. I need to think of what I want to do in here. Do I want to keep this glowy? Do I want to fill that in? Do I want to put a random eye? I think it might actually make more sense to just make that one of the areas that flashes, because it'll be like, it'll give you kind of like how caterpillars have, or a lot of creatures have, like fake eyes on certain parts of them. This will be where you think the mouth is, and then the lips will pull back, and then there'll be actual mouth, and it's too late. Chonk. You know, I was avoiding doing the chonk for a while because I was like, it's gonna look silly. But now that I've been doing it, I'm like, oh no, it's adorable. I love it. Alright, though I'm probably going to be calling it fairly soon because I need to eat some stuff, take the dog out, take some more headache pills because my head is still hurting. And then I gotta hop back on at 7 o'clock. Not on this channel, I'll be on the Absolute Worst Gamers, where my friend Morgan's the face for that one. We're finally playing Repo together. But yeah, I'm going to see about, I'm gonna try and add some more streaming times. I've been trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I might try doing some later afternoon ones, like possibly tomorrow? Just because, I might shift some things around, because since it's nicer weather, there's a lot of, like, errands and, like, gardening and stuff I want to do usually when I have this stream scheduled. So yeah, I might try some, like, late night. Oh god, I could stream when I'm still awake, and you could see how much of a horrific night owl I am. Yes, this is a retractable neck dragon. So before I was working on this one, I shrunk it down so I could look at it, but this is him in chunk mode. Usually sleep by night. That's like when I'm having my second cup of coffee. Anyway, it's high mechanical goldfish. Yes, this is he's like an ambush cave dragon. Yeah, I'll possibly be tweaking my stream schedules, what I was saying, because I think I'm gonna head out. I'm probably gonna have to call it here because my head is kind of killing me a little bit. But anyways, so that's what we got. We got pretty much all Fathead mode was on stream. That was fun. You make stuff like this, but robot form. Oh, very cool. I am not great at hard surface stuff. I'm trying to work on it to be a little bit better, but it's definitely something I need to practice. But since I got rated, which was very kind, I'm going to... We're going to see who else is streaming art right now. Oh, Von Art streaming. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did not used to be decent at this. I've just kind of finally figured out how to do that. Alright, but I'm going to have us... We're going to raid Von Art... Or, we're going to raid Von Art. Oh no. I mean, maybe your Vine... your thread wanted to be. It was... What is that movie about the dress that eats people? I'm thinking. Anyways, we're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna go raid Von Art. They do some awesome pencil work. Okay, but thank you so much, everyone. I'll be back. I'll be back Wednesday after I get dental work done, so I'll hopefully be alive. If not, I might stream tomorrow in the evening. But yes, follow me for more. I'll be back. But thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I'm gonna start the raid. It's gonna count down. Alright. Gonna put ending screen. Thank you everyone for hanging out, for watching, for chatting, for raiding. It's been great. Hopefully I'll catch you again.